Fire? Or how about Google's Nexus 7? The Nook? You bet. You can also read a full replica of the newspaper on your Android-powered smartphone, on Apple's iPhone, or on your laptop. We have a solution for any device. E-Edition is free for subscribers, or just $7.99 a month. The Bakersfield Californian. We're everywhere and anytime. Subscribe today. Bakersfield.com.
Roadrunner Rundown on Bakersfield.com and the CSUB Roadrunners Digital Network. Live from the Dignity Health Studios in downtown Bakersfield, California.
Hey, welcome in once again to another edition of Roadrunner Rundown, the official program, CSUB Roadrunner Athletics. Corey Costello with you. Thanks so much for joining us once again on the program. As we got a great show today. It is our draft edition of Roadrunner Rundown. That's right. We will be talking Major League Draft because we've got 3 Roadrunners that will be that were drafted and will be heading out to start their minor league careers. And so we will chat with Taylor Aikenhead, Austin Davis, and Oscar Sanay all on today's program. And of course, Davis selected in the 12th round, and then you had Taylor Aikenhead down in the 32nd, and then Oscar Sanay signing as a undrafted free agent with the Tampa Bay Rays. So we've got all those young men in studio today. So it is our special baseball draft edition of the program, and we'll talk with them because there are a couple of them in the case of Oscar and Taylor are graduating this week, and then they're going to hop on planes and head out and start their professional baseball careers. So very cool. And then I know Austin Davis takes off this weekend as well to go back to Philadelphia and all that good stuff. So a whirlwind for these young men, but definitely well-deserved. And we're going to talk some baseball with 3 Roadrunners that are about to become professional baseball players. So that's coming up on the program today. Again, Austin Davis and Taylor Aikenhead at the second and third segments, and Oscar Sanay, who has a great story. It's just so fitting that he went undrafted as a guy who has always kind of been in that underdog role. We'll kind of address that coming up at 10:45 on the program as well. So a lot of good stuff on today's program. A lot of baseball, a lot of professional baseball to talk. Speaking of which, let's go to the highlights. We'll start with the Major League Draft, and it was this weekend's draft was as expected for Austin Davis, the redshirt sophomore left-hander, went first among runners, getting selected in the 12th round by the Phillies, the second highest draft position for a Roadrunner after Scott Bratfett went the 8th round last year to the Reds. Davis up and down this season, but a big kid, 6'4", 260. He'll be a prospect for the Phillies for sure. He's the first Roadrunner, by the way, to be drafted in the Phillies organization. Next up, the Padres weren't wasting picks on Johnny Manziel. They're making good drafts like this one. Our own Taylor Aikenhead in the 32nd round, 957th overall pick to San Diego. He was 8-7 this season. The senior also was an all-WAC selection, and ERA just over 3 this year. And Oscar Sanay, as you see on the screen there, undrafted, but picked up by the Tampa Bay Rays as an undrafted free agent, and he leaves CSUB with a ton of offensive records, record holder for most games played as well, and most starts. So Oscar Sanay, who will head to Florida next week for Rays camp, second Roadrunner to end the Rays organization, by the way, following pitcher Mickey Janis. He was taken in the 2010 draft by the Rays, and then the 44th round. Since then, the draft has only been shortened to 40 rounds. By the way, Taylor Aikenhead, the second Padre taken out of the Roadrunners organization as well, following catcher Jeremy Rodriguez, who was drafted in 2011 by San Diego. So a couple Padres a couple Roadrunners in the Padre organization now. Soon to be the second Ray entering the organization in Oscar Sanay, and the first in the Philadelphia Phillies organization in Austin Davis. So congrats to those young men, and definitely kind of the end of your college baseball career is a good one when it ends with a shot at professional baseball. So we'll talk with more of those guys coming up in studio on today's program. And finally, I want to get to our Rowdies, which happened last Thursday at the Fox Theater. Let's take you there. Third annual Rowdies at the Movies. Big step forward. First Student Athlete Awards show at the Fox Theater. Multimedia heavy, featured the best teams and student athletes of the year. Categories ranging from weight room warriors to individual contests. Newcomer of the year as well. A couple big winners were men's track and field. They took home 2 awards, along with the men's and women's swimming, who had several individual and team awards. And also women's basketball with a couple individual and team awards as well on the night. Our own Kayla Bailey was on the gold carpet. We'll get to that in a second. second, but let's go through the list of winners in the 2014 Rowdies. Clutch Performer of the Year was Deborah Araju. Weight Room Warrior was Brian Wilmert. Blue and Gold Award going to Fernanda Gonsalves. Newcomer of the Year, Melissa Sweat. Most Improved was Badabe Zampari. Kegley McCall to Men's Track and Field. Best Team Turnaround Women's Basketball. Academic Performance, Dalton Kelly. Best Individual Performance by a female, Michaela Page. Best Individual Athletic Contest by a male was Bryce Hammond. Rudy Carvajal Community Service Award going to men's and women's swimming. Again, Roadrunner Olympic winners were men's swimming. The Flockman Award going to the Outstanding Athlete on the female side, Tana Outland. Same deal on the male side to Mitchell Huxhold. Best Video, thanks to our student movies this year, went to wrestling. President's Award went to Isaiah Grayson of men's basketball. And our 2013-14 Team of the Year was volleyball. Let's take you to the gold carpet.
We're here with the women's volleyball team, the 2014 recipients of the Team of the Year award. How do you guys feel?
We're so excited. We worked so hard for 3 seasons. All these girls are our sisters, and we love everybody. It was a great season. It was fun.
Congratulations on your season and good luck next year. You're Isaiah Grayson, who just won the President's Rowdy. How does it feel?
Feels good, man. It's an accomplishment, and it feels even better that it came from the president of our school. So it's a good way to go out. It's a good way to end my career.
And there you have it, the 2014 Rowdies, which, by the way, several firsts on this show. Of course, the first for the Rowdies was the first we had downtown. It's the 3rd annual program, but the first we had downtown at the Fox Theater, a tremendous night. Everything was stepped up. The production of the event, including, everything was high definition using the gigantic screen of the Fox Theater, coupled with their brand new HD projector that just made everything just so much better. And, of course, the venue, the setting, and everything was just a new level in 2014, and you can relive the entire program if you made it. If you saw the show live, you can relive it, or if you missed it and you want to know what all the buzz is about and why we spend so much time talking about the Rowdies, go online right now to GoRunners.com. You can see the show in its entirety, fully produced version of the show. So there's even stuff on the online video that people in the house, people at the Fox Theater didn't see. Some of those interviews we just showed with Kayla Bailey, she talked to every one of the winners on the gold carpet up front of the Fox Theater after they won. And so we've got all those reactions, and there's some great reactions. These student athletes, you think winning, most schools, they go to a banquet, they get some plaque, and they're like, yeah, I'm excited. Like, when they win a Rowdy, when they literally hold this trophy in their hand, they are pumped. I mean, you look at some of these the student athletes, their reactions, they're excited to win a Rowdy. So winning a Rowdy is a big deal. It's become the Oscars of CSUB athletics. So and you can see their reaction and all they had to say about winning a Rowdy online at GoRunners.com. The entire program fully produced, all the videos, all the team movies. You can see the great job that wrestling did. You can see yours truly starring in a spoof of the American Hustle trailer. That was pretty good, I think, too. So you can see all that stuff online right now at GoRunners.com. Right on the homepage, you can't miss it. Just click on the play link, and you can watch the 2014 Rowdies from the Fox Theater, fully produced. And like I said, it came out great, high definition as well. Very cool production this year of the 2014 Rowdies. Another first, but that show available in its entirety online right now at GoRunners.com. All right, we're going to step away and take a break, because when we come back, we are going to be talking baseball. We're going to talk some draft day with a couple guys that were drafted. We're going to speak with both Taylor Aikenhead and Austin Davis, a pair of pitchers that are going to the Padres and the Phillies. We'll talk to them in the next segment. Also, still to come on the program, Oscar Sanay, who is one of the most decorated offensive players in the history of CSUB. He's heading to Tampa Bay. We'll talk with him about that as well. So stick around. We'll be back. This is Roadrunner Rundown.
Do you need training to find that special job? West Tech is here to help. We offer several training opportunities such as Passport, Confined Spaces, Pediatric CPR, Medic First Aid, Defensive Driving, and Agricultural Safety. Whether you are an individual sent to us by an employment agency or one of our many large business clients sending in huge teams of employees for training, our solutions can meet your unique needs. West Tech, we change people's lives.
Current Business Journal contains news and information from local business leaders and organizations. Topics include agriculture, health and medical, energy, real estate, and more. Visit currentbusinessjournal.com to find out how to subscribe or where to pick up a free copy. To inquire about advertising in the bi-monthly Business Journal, call 395-7586. Find us online on Facebook and Twitter, as well as on currentbusinessjournal.com.
Brave and bold, silver and gold.
We're on a mission. Aggie up.
Bronx Country just got a whole lot bigger.
Mighty Wolverines of UVU.
Join the herd. Lopes up.
Bold moves, big season, grew up.
We are the new gold standard.
We will be champions.
We are the Western Athletic Conference.
Follow the Gades live on Bakersfield.com every Saturday during football season. Every Bakersfield College football game will be broadcast live on Bakersfield.com starting September 6th when the Gades visit Riverside. Follow the action on Bakersfield.com Saturday, September 6th at 6 o'clock. Join the Bakersfield Californian and Bakersfield College exclusively on Bakersfield.com.
The Roadrunner Scholarship Fund creates educational opportunities for over 300 student athletes at CSUB. By becoming a member and donating to the Roadrunner Scholarship Fund, you're not only helping the Roadrunners fund the scholarship needs of our teams, you're investing in the future. The Roadrunner Scholarship Fund isn't just developing student athletes, we're developing tomorrow's leaders from lessons learned during competition. For more information, log on to gorunners.com/donate and become a member of the Roadrunner Scholarship Fund.
And welcome back here to Roadrunner Rundown. Thanks so much for joining us on the program. And you can always get archived editions of the show as well online at gorunners.com. Well, we talked about in the last segment a little bit, but this past weekend, the Major League Baseball first-year player draft, and 40 rounds of players selected. And these two gentlemen in studio were among those selected. To my left is Taylor Aikenhead, taken in the 32nd round by the San Diego Padres, and Austin Davis joining us as well in the 12th round to the Philadelphia Phillies. Guys, thanks so much for joining us.
No problem. Thanks for having us.
First of all, let's talk Taylor draft day. You got a couple days into the draft, and your name gets called in those last 10 rounds. So what was kind of the wait like for you?
It was pretty tough. I had a lot of family there. I got drafted around where I expected, late 20s, early 30s, but still, it was a long time. So I just tried to play some games, family. We're a big game playing family, so did a little bit of that. And then the Rockies called me in the 24th round, and they said they wanted to take me. So I was waiting around for that, and they kept passing me by. And then I wasn't even paying attention to the draft when the Padres got me. And so my family starts screaming. I'm next to my dad. I have to ask him what team it was. I didn't know who was up. So he told me Padres, and I was so happy.
So the moment that, like, we always talk about people hearing their name called, like, you didn't even get to experience that moment because you weren't even paying attention.
No, I just sitting there, I just jolted because everyone started screaming. I'm like, well, who picked me? I had no idea.
Well, there you go. San Diego Padres. Now, you also, in this, you had, it was kind of weird how it works. People don't understand a lot how it works, though. I mean, you have draft advisors and scouts that call you and say, okay, we're going to take you in the, like you said, the Rockies, 24th round, and then it doesn't happen because somebody overrules them. Like, there's a lot of that going on, and I guess it kind of toys with you during the draft, doesn't it?
Right. My advisor talked to me beforehand. He told me that when I get a phone call, that's cool, when a scout calls me, but he said when they do that, they normally are calling 5 other people also. So he said they're just making sure they have their 5 people who will sign for whatever they're asking. So he said, look at them, and it's a possibility, but don't get so hyped into it. So I was trying to tell my family to relax, but they were all recording every one by the Rockies.
Wow. So you got that happening on draft day, and ultimately selected by the San Diego Padres. And Austin, you didn't have to wait so long. You went in the 12th round, but still a little bit of wait for you. I mean, all year long it's been expected, just because of your size, stature, and your stuff that you were going to be selected. So what was kind of the wait like for you?
Well, Friday, I mean, it took a long time. I thought I was going to go around middle of the day Friday, and waiting through the whole day, and it didn't really work out. So going into Saturday I got to go to sleep, which was nice, but it was kind of just up waiting to see what happened. And when I got the call, it was really exciting, and it was early, so I didn't have to wait around all day again. So that was good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think I told you I was at breakfast on Saturday morning, and I'm like, oh, awesome. And so it was fairly early on Saturday, but there was a possibility you could go in the top 10 rounds. So obviously you kind of had your eye a little bit on Friday to see what might have happened.
Yeah, definitely. I had my eye on Friday, and like him, I got some calls on Friday, and so they obviously called 5 other guys too, and I got overruled. So I had to wait till Saturday, but it's still a cool experience, no matter what round it is. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, what was it like for you this year? I know everybody was knowing you were draft eligible. Like you had a lot of scouts every single start. Was there a lot of pressure this year, just kind of knowing like that you were playing for your future for the most part, because a lot of people were interested in you as a pro ball player?
There's more pressure just to go out there and prove myself for this school, because last year I didn't get to play, and freshman year I didn't have a big role, so I wanted to come out and perform well and perform how all the coaches and the scouts thought I should. And so when that didn't happen, there was some pressure there, but it wasn't more for the draft, because I knew that was going to happen no matter what happened. So it's just trying to win games for us. So
absolutely. And you get selected by the Phillies. Now, had you talked to them at all before they made the pick? Scouts, stuff like that.
Yeah, I talked to him the week coming in, and then I talked to him on Friday night and Saturday morning before it happened. So I definitely knew they were going to be one of the teams that we're possibly going to go to. So.
Does it matter, and I'll kind of ask you guys both this question, but you get a chance to talk with some of these scouts and stuff like that, but does it really matter? I mean, what organization? I mean, you're getting a chance to play pro ball. Is there, and especially as a senior for you, Taylor, I mean, did it really matter, the organization, as far as you were concerned?
It didn't really matter to me. I just wanted to get selected, and I filled out a lot of questionnaires, but I didn't really talk to many scouts. A couple of them talked to me, but there wasn't really much to talk about because I had no leverage. So I was just going to get my $1,000 senior sign money. So this guy had to talk to a lot more.
Yeah, so he had to talk to a few more. Now, this process, though, this starts, you brought up like the questionnaires. Like, people don't really realize this process starts, in the fall? They start sending you mail. And, I mean, is that kind of how it works? You end up kind of talking to draft advisors and filling these questionnaires out all year long?
Yeah, it starts early in the fall. And then we enter squad and stuff, so they come out for that. And then meet with you and stuff like that. So.
And are you surprised, as this program just got done with its 6th year of baseball, how much attention though has been paid to this program and the players that have been drafted out of it? It seems like the scouts have CSUB on their radar now.
Well, that's what happens with good coaching. What Kernan teaches us is the whole mental side of the game that we're better at than most of these other kids coming out of college.
Yeah.
Is you look at us, we don't have I'm not big. This guy's big, but a lot of our other guys who've been drafted aren't great body type guys for the draft, but we're more mentally strong than everyone else, so we'll battle more.
Yeah, absolutely. And like what you brought up, I mean, obviously with Austin, a big ball player looking pitcher that the scouts really liked. But why originally did you select CSUB when it was your time to make a decision?
Yeah, well, I mean, it was late in the summer, and I was just going to go to a JUCO, but when I heard about Kernan came out to one of our practices for our scout ball team and talked about the program, and he seemed like a guy who I'd want to play for, and I didn't really know how intense he was until I got here, but that was a blessing, because he really taught me to grow up, and this is your life, and you got to take a hold of it. You can't just willy-nilly go through everything. Like, you got to get after it. So it's cool.
And what's it like when you have a head coach that, I mean, obviously every school has a pitching coach, but sometimes that pitching coach isn't the head coach. In this case, the pitching coach is the head coach, or the head coach was a pitcher at one point, played even minor league baseball as well. So how much does that help you guys in your development when you've got the guy kind of calling the shots, also coming at it from a pitching angle?
It helps. I mean, he focuses mainly on all that mental stuff. He feels that if you're mentally strong, you can overcome basically whatever mechanical flaw you have, or if your pitches aren't that filthy or anything.
Yeah.
But if you have that mental outlook that no one's going to beat you, it can make your pitches a lot better. It's a weird thing. It's hard to explain.
Yeah. Now, what? And I ask you both this question: what sort of changed from, when you both kind of got here 3 seasons ago? What changed for you as a pitcher? How did you improve as a pitcher, kind of in your mind?
He helped me get more mentally strong, like I already said, and I also started working out a lot harder. Gino helped me out. I started working out with Davis. Him and his trainer, they have a lot of good stuff. And so that helped me start throwing a little harder so I can get on the scouts' radar. So that was probably one of the main things. I just learned how to work out a lot more effectively.
Yeah, Austin, what was your biggest improvement over the last few years?
Just growing up, I came in as like the same height but a lot lighter, and so like him, we worked out with Gino, which is awesome. He did a great job, and then with my trainer back home too. So between that and then just working on shoring up mechanics every year and just learning how to use my body, because I came in with the same body but not throwing as hard. So just learning how to use your body and learning how to throw and pitch more than just throw too. So
yeah, absolutely. Now you've kind of reached, so you got through your college careers. You made the development then, but the development's not over. You've been drafted by 2 organizations that are going to work with you. I mean, every scout's got one thing they want to change, and I'm sure. So have you kind of any idea what to expect, what you might be working on, say, for when you enter the Padres organization?
I don't really know what to expect, how it's going to be. I'm going to see when it happens, but I know I'm going to be getting in the pitching coach's ear and trying to learn a good slider or curve, because I got a pretty good fastball and changeup, but I really want to get a better curve or slider pitch.
Absolutely. I know, Davis, we were talking the other day, you're probably going to be a slider guy. Maybe they're going to teach you that?
Yeah, I definitely need to learn a better slider and maybe shore up my curveball. But like him, fastball changeup was pretty consistent all year, but if I could have had a good slider this year, it would have been a lot different. So I think that's one of the changes that they're going to help me with, and then consistent velocity the whole year and just hitting spots versus just throwing around the zone too. So. And
I know it's always tough for that, and that with the guys that have gone before you in that first year out of college into pro ball, especially pitchers. They want to baby you. And you guys came from the Bill Kernan School of Baseball, where if you're not throwing 120 pitches an outing, like, you haven't worked hard. And then you go to these organizations, and they look at, for example, they might look at the stats and see, Taylor, you threw like 130 pitches in one outing. they're gonna go, whoa. They maybe don't want to heat you up. How tough is that going to be when there's going to be guys saying, "Oh, just throw a few pitches today," or you're going to go face one batter when you guys are ready to go out and throw a lot more?
It'll be a little tough, but it'll also give me the opportunity to live in the weight room. They'll have a whole strength coach and everyone, so I'm just going to be in there and learn everything I can to make sure I get stronger so I can throw harder and get better. And then it's all right if I'm a little sore. I'm not going to be pitching that much.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that first year, Austin. So what do you kind of expecting that too?
Yeah, expecting that too. And then it'd be nice to be able to work on shoring up mechanics and getting good off speed in the bullpen, and then going out and seeing how it works in the game in a short period of time, instead of working through the whole game and stuff like that. So I can really focus on mechanics and being consistent and everything, and definitely getting in the pitching coach's ear.
Yeah, and so draft day is behind us. What's the next step, Taylor? Where do you go from here?
I'm graduating on Friday, and then I'm flying to Arizona on Saturday to sign my contract and do my physical. And then after that, I'm either staying in Arizona to play, that's one of their rookie ball teams, or I'm going to Oregon, which is their higher-up rookie ball team. So that's where I'm hoping to be going.
Awesome. Austin, what's your plan?
Yeah, I'm finishing up finals this week, and then I'm going home, moving all my stuff back, and then flying out of Phoenix to Philadelphia on Monday, and then physical and everything on Tuesday, and then who knows from there, maybe Williamsport or Clearwater.
Oh, okay. So a couple of rookie ball teams as well. And there's that, a lot of folks, they just think, when they think minor leagues, they usually think, single A, double A, triple A, but actually it starts with your rookie, the instructional leagues, and those are short season A ball or short season rookie ball. That there's a lot of those teams in the western part of the United States, most of them up north, like Eugene, like you said, and Salt Lake, or the Orem, Utah area as well. So, a lot of those teams, and you guys usually find a home on those. So we're going to step away and take a break. When we come back, we'll talk more about the draft and your Roadrunner's career now coming to end. We'll talk about that as well. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right, we'll be right back, folks. More pitching and more baseball. When we come back, this is Roadrunner Rundown.
Introducing TBC Mobile from the Bakersfield, Californian. The most complete news, sports, weather, video, opinion, and lifestyle coverage in Bakersfield and Kern County. It's the easiest way to stay up to date on all things local while on the go. Read it on your smartphone or tablet. Download now by searching Bakersfield Californian in the Apple, Google, and Amazon app stores.
Save 50 to 90% with the Bakersfield Californian's Daily Deal featured on Bakersfield.com. A daily deal is offered each weekday on services from local restaurants, dry cleaners, health and beauty services, retail shops, and local activities for the entire family. The daily deal is 100% local. Find these amazing deals only at dailydeal.bakersfield.com.
The Bakersfield Californian is a great read on the iPad, but did you know that the Bakersfield Californian is available on your Kindle Fire? Or how about Google's Nexus 7, the Nook? You bet. You can also read a full replica of the newspaper on your Android-powered smartphone, on Apple's iPhone, or on your laptop. We have a solution for any device. E-Edition is free for subscribers, or just $7.99 a month. The Bakersfield Californian. We're everywhere and anytime. Subscribe today. Bakersfield.com.
Kern Business Journal contains news and information from local business leaders and organizations. Topics include agriculture, health and medical, energy, real estate, and more. Visit KernBusinessJournal.com to find out how to subscribe or where to pick up a free copy. To inquire about advertising in the bi-monthly business journal, call 395-7586. Find us online on Facebook and Twitter, as well as on KernBusinessJournal.com.
The Roadrunner Scholarship Fund creates educational opportunities for over 300 student athletes at CSUB. By becoming a member and donating to the Roadrunner Scholarship Fund, you're not only helping the Roadrunners fund the scholarship needs of our teams, you're investing in the future. The Roadrunner Scholarship Fund isn't just developing student athletes, we're developing tomorrow's leaders from lessons learned during competition. For more information, log on to GoRunners.com/donate and become a member of the Roadrunner Scholarship Fund.
Welcome back into Roadrunner Rundown. Thanks so much for joining us once again as we continue to talk the 2014 Major League Baseball first-year player draft and a couple young men that were drafted from Bakersfield and heading into various organizations. We've got Taylor Aikenhead going to the San Diego Padres and Austin Davis to the Philadelphia Phillies. Guys, welcome back in. And we were talking last segment about kind of waiting so long for this moment. Now, anybody who's a baseball fan, to be drafted, I guess, how does that feel as someone who's been watching baseball and playing baseball since, they were wee big?
It's an incredible blessing. I've been praying about that my whole life, and it's honestly just God's grace. That's all it's nothing more than that. I put in the work. He gave me the talent, and I put in the work, and he's blessed me for that, and I believe he's going to use that as a platform for me to spread his word in minor league ball.
Now, you told me before the show you were filling out some paperwork, and you got to write employer, right?
Yeah.
Your profession and employer, right?
Yep.
What was that like?
That was pretty cool because right after the draft, my scout called me, told me I needed to get a passport right away because I might be playing in Vancouver for a series.
Right.
So I was filling out the passport application last night, and so it had job and employers. That was pretty neat to write that down.
There you go. And so you got to put what? Pro baseball player, San Diego Padres employer.
Yep,
awesome.
Right.
There you go.
That was cool.
That is very cool. And also the same for you. Playing baseball growing up and finally getting to this day.
Yeah, I definitely just echo what he said. Definitely God's grace, and I've been praying about it my whole life and just thinking about like that feeling and that day, especially this whole season too, knowing it was going to happen. It was just really exciting for it to actually happen, and then it was surreal. It didn't really hit me for a couple hours until my friends and family were all around me, and we were just hanging out, and it was like, wow, this actually this happened. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
so.
I was gonna say, is there like a delayed effect? Because you're thinking business right away. When do I sign? And you're maybe thinking logistics and that kind of stuff. But then when does it take a couple days to actually settle in that like, wow, this just happened?
I don't know. I'm still in a whirl right now. Days just flying by. I think when it's really going to hit me is when I get an email saying, here's your flight.
Yeah.
I didn't have to even get the flight. And then I'm going to go out. They'll pick me up from the airport and then sign a contract. It's like, oh, my gosh.
Yeah, definitely.
Same deal?
Yeah, definitely. When I'm packing up my stuff right now, and so packing up, it's like, wow, I'm actually leaving. And then when I probably head down the road, it's going to be like, all right, this is happening.
It's real now. It's happening. Now, you Taylor, you brought some up earlier, and you're graduating. So, what in the degree in
business administration,
that's
concentration of management.
Yeah, and I know you had one of our top academic performers as well this year in the athletic department with that major. And an important part of contracts that Austin, you told me about yesterday, and a lot of people don't realize this happens, but the Phillies have agreed to help you finish school because you're going to be leaving with still some time to finish your degree.
Yeah, they're paying for my whole senior year, so when I'm done playing, I'll come back, and it'll be at Bakersfield too, so it'll be cool to come back and then get that whole year done for free and living and tuition expenses. So.
And that's I think a lot of people don't realize that that's important. I mean, they think
huge,
and I think that a lot of leagues get a bad rap. I know the NBA gets a bad rap a lot about, oh, you're drafting these guys after 1 year out of college. And I know it's tough for them to necessarily get their degrees sometimes because of the way their season works. I know the NFL gets a bad rap too, but I know Major League Baseball takes a lot of pride in the fact that they're helping guys they take out of college because you do have an off season. You have from September to basically January where you can go to school. So I mean, obviously that's a big priority for every organization to make sure their guys get to finish their degrees.
Yeah, Jimmy Rodriguez, he's always around in the fall and he's getting classes done. He just graduated while he's still playing, so it's cool to see him do that and balance it. And when you know you're not going to school for a whole year, it's real easy to concentrate on that one quarter and really make it quality. So.
Yeah, and you guys get a chance to, and you said you get to come back to Bakersfield and get it done. You guys have been around the last couple of years, and all the draft picks prior to you, guys like Jeremy Rodriguez and Mike McCarthy coming back to continue to go to school. How does that help you guys in this program, having the minor leaguers around and still going to school, but working out with you guys and practicing and stuff like that in the fall?
It helps a lot. You can learn a little bit, just hear their stories about the daily grind, what you have to do to be prepared. And so, yeah, it's a great thing.
Yeah, definitely. You hear the stories of like, hey, this is how it is. And, a lot of people don't really know how it really is when you get in there. And so to have someone who's in it right now and knows exactly what you're going to go through and can help you out, it's really awesome.
Now, you guys have both been drafted into organizations where you know some people that you're going in with. Austin, we were talking about you got taken with the Phillies along with Reese Hoskins, who went to Sacramento State. You played against him this year. And one of the Cal Poly pitchers, correct?
Yeah, I think it's Matt Imhoff is his name. And then I think both of those are for the Phillies too. So
you got a couple
cool.
guys you're kind of familiar with.
Yeah, definitely. So hopefully I get to play with them and get to actually meet them off the field and hopefully –
well, it'd be good to have a hitter like Hoskins on your team.
Yeah, exactly.
Not trying to get the ball by him, but and Taylor knows how tough that can be. But to get the to have him hitting for you when you're on the mound, that might actually be a good thing. So, and then Taylor, you were saying you had a summer ball guy or two.
A guy, my summer ball coach in Alaska at the end of my freshman year, a player from his college is drafted by the Padres. So I'm going to try to meet him and. Hopefully we'll hit it off there. And also a Vilter guy from Riverside hit 2 home runs off me. He's on my team, so I might have to slap him on the back. So, why'd you have to do that to me?
Yeah. Well, now, like I said, he's hitting home runs for you, so that'll be good. And the one thing that this morning when Taylor walks into the studio, I just got done yesterday bragging because I spent 4 years in San Diego. Know a lot of Padres fans. I posted a couple pictures and I said, oh, you know what? I said, hopefully Taylor Aikenhead makes it to the bigs. He's got the best hair in baseball. And the guy, he gets a haircut. He goes from the long, flowing locks. Let's see it all.
Yeah,
I mean,
there it is.
He went straight from last time he was here. I mean, he looked like Uncle Jesse. And, now he goes clean cut.
I'm a new man.
You are. You're a pro now. You're a pro.
I guess.
Well, I had kind of compared it to the Bull Durham deal. They used to say when, in the minor leagues and your shower shoes have fungus, you're a slob. In the bigs, you're eclectic. So kind of the same thing. I guess as a minor league guy, you don't want to come in with all that attention, right? And kind of puts a target on you right away.
Especially not as a 32nd round draft pick. I'm kind of in the low end of the food chain of the organization, so I'm not going to show up looking like that. But if I start getting established, I might bring it back.
I was going to say, if you make it, if you're like in AAA and there's a shot, or maybe even AA and you think you could get called up, and maybe you have a few years in the bigs, it's definitely got to come back.
You guys all know me. You know I'm crazy. You don't really care too much about how I look, so I'll bring it back.
There you go. Bring it back once you're established. Well, I've got a couple things for you guys. These came from the Western Athletic Conference. I figured we'd present them on air. We just got these in. That way you can, I know, Davis, you don't need more stuff to pack away, but you were Pitcher of the Week, April 7th to the 13th, so there you go. That's for your Pitcher of the Week award.
Right.
And then, Taylor, you got a couple, this is a couple Pitchers of the Week as well. This was your March, actually back-to-back weeks, right? So first we had the March 10th through the 16th week, and then the following 7th to the 13th, a couple Pitcher of the Week honors as well. So more stuff for you guys to pack up and take home.
Right.
Now, one other thing that I always like to do is, ever since I've been here, I always get our draft class to sign a baseball. So eventually these will pay off. So why don't you go ahead and give me your...
Yeah, I'm taking the sweet spot. You can sign somewhere else. You can sign somewhere else.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm
right in the sweet
right
spot.
over your name.
Sure.
And this is, I think I've got going back to 2011, our draft class, and I like to include those, and then I throw them in my office, and one of these days they'll pay off. I'm hoping that
Let's hope so.
that it pays off. Now, Taylor, you talked about you're already going to be graduating. You don't have a reason to come back in the fall, but will you be a guy that you're not from too far away, so you will be swinging back by in the fall, stuff like that?
No, I'll be here a lot. I only live an hour and a half away, and I don't really know anyone like a trainer back home in Lancaster, so I pretty much work out on my own. So I'll be here a lot to work out with Gino again, and just to practice with the guys and throw.
And kind of working some of the new guys on the team. Now, I know, Austin, you were talking yesterday with the media. You've decided to forego your senior year and come and go into the draft. So there's a team that's going to be really good next year. How tough? How good do you think that team's going to be? And how tough is it going to be to kind of be watching as opposed to playing for that squad?
Yeah, well, they're going to be the best team in school history next year. So it's sad that I'm not going to be a part of it, but it's going to be really exciting to watch. And I'll be back in the fall once I'm done playing and come hang out with Jordy and the rest of the team, and it'll be fun.
Give me your guys' assessment a little bit about the pitching, because it seemed like towards the end of the year, some of the pitchers really started to develop. And I think like Nick Rogowski was a great example of a guy who either, whether it was a start or it was a long relief appearance, he was solid. Talk about like his development and maybe even some of the development of the other guys expected for next season to be contributors.
Yeah, Rogowski was a guy who we knew he had a good slider. He showed that in the fall, but he didn't have very good command of his other stuff. And then something clicked during the middle of the year, and he became like one of our top options out of the bullpen, just pounding strikes, not walking guys, and it was just a great thing to see. And we also, towards the end of the year, we got Hayden Carter to get back to what he was, because he was our best pitcher in the fall, get one run in 30 innings or something like that. So he was really tough, and he had a little arm thing earlier, but he got that taken care of, and then he pitched amazing. There was CG against Sac State, just gave up a couple home runs, but we just couldn't quite score in that game. But I think next year you're going to see Barragon and Hayden Carter lead the staff, and then Rogowski might start, and we'll see. But I think the pitching will be good.
Yeah, and what is it, Austin, with you kind of looking at this team next year, what are some of the bright spots that you expect to really shine next season?
Well, definitely the offense and just the experience of all the position players. You're going to have Jordy back for his fourth year. You're going to have Miles for his third year. You're going to have Solomon back at first. You're going to have Caton back from his injury. There's going to be a lot of players with a lot of experience. And then as far as the pitching, you're going to have James and Hayden, who have been around for 3 years and will be in their fourth year. And then you got new guys like Daly coming up and Nimmo. And Stephen G was the second best pitcher on our staff in terms of ERA. So they're going to be legit.
We were talking about something, you guys now going into the professional areas. Now, you can't tell this really on TV, but these baseballs have a slightly, raised seam on them, and that's what college baseball is used. Now, the pros have always used a seam that is flat with the rawhide, and so you guys will be throwing that, obviously, here very shortly. What does that change as a pitcher, and the lowered seam balls are going to be in college baseball next year? How does that change the game as a pitcher?
It's good and bad, because you're able to get a sharper break on your off speed, and fastball you might get 1 or 2 extra miles per hour on it because the lower seams. But also, when they hit it, it flies a lot farther. So it's the bad thing about it.
And now I know you guys have both pitched in wood bat leagues and stuff in the summer, and obviously you're going to go into a situation where that's where you're going to be facing now. Advantage, disadvantage as a pitcher.
I didn't really notice any huge difference when I pitched to it. So still pitching the same game.
Yeah.
The BB core bats aren't that much better than the wood, and sometimes wood, if you square it up, can be better than BB core. So it's not going to be that much of a difference, but can break some bats. That's cool.
I was going to say, you do have that little thing. You do have the Mariano Rivera factor where you saw a few guys off and you got a few bats, on your shelf. That could happen. So, all right, guys. Well, congratulations on this and being drafted, and good luck. I know it's going to be a crazy couple weeks until you get settled. So we'll be keeping tabs on you, and make sure you answer our phone calls when we say, hey, we want you to come on Roadrunner Rundown via phone to update everybody on how you're doing. Sound good?
Definitely.
All right, Taylor Aikenhead, Austin Davis, San Diego Padres, Philadelphia Phillies. Good luck, guys. We'll talk again soon.
All right, thank you.
All right, we'll be right back. When we return, undrafted again, but he is on his way to Tampa Bay. We'll talk with Oscar Sanay. He'll join us in studio next. Stick around. This is Roadrunner Rundown.
Court reporting is an enjoyable career that pays well. Enrollment in the court reporting program at Taft College West Tech will help you learn everything you need to know about making a verbatim record. Apply your training as a deposition reporter, official court reporter, or cart provider. Become a certified shorthand reporter and earn a starting salary of $50,000 a year or more. Call 387-1055 for more information. Court reporting, the career you've been looking for.
Introducing TBC Mobile from the Bakersfield, California. The most complete news, sports, weather, video, opinion, and lifestyle coverage in Bakersfield and Kern County. It's the easiest way to stay up to date on all things local while on the go. Read it on your smartphone or tablet. Download now by searching Bakersfield Californian in the Apple, Google, and Amazon app stores.
The new book is out. That was easy. I would title this thing sort of a description of what raising children is like. That was easy. I've been writing columns now for about 25 years. Writing has always been a conversation. You're taking somebody by the hand for 3 or 4 minutes and you're not letting go. The new book, That Was Easy. Nothing easy about any of this, but we've had some fun, and I hope you guys will have some fun looking at this book.
Save 50 to 90% with the Bakersfield Californians Daily Deal featured on Bakersfield.com. A daily deal is offered each weekday on services from local restaurants, dry cleaners, health and beauty services, retail shops, and local activities for the entire family. The daily deal is 100% local. Find these amazing deals only at dailydeal.bakersfield.com.
The Roadrunner Scholarship Fund creates educational opportunities for over 300 student athletes at CSUB. By becoming a member and donating to the Roadrunner Scholarship Fund, you're not only helping the Roadrunners fund the scholarship needs of our teams, you're investing in the future. The Roadrunner Scholarship Fund isn't just developing student athletes, we're developing tomorrow's leaders from lessons learned during competition. For more information, log on to gorunners.com/donate and become a member of the Roadrunner Scholarship Fund.
And welcome back into Roadrunner Rundown. And remember, you can get the show anytime online at gorunners.com, all previous editions of the program, and the 2014 Rowdies if you missed it or were there and want to see all the extra footage and interviews we have in the show. You can check it out right now online as well, gorunners.com. Full 2014 edition of the Rowdies available now. So we just got done speaking with Taylor Aikenhead and Austin Davis, drafted into the Padres and Phillies organizations. And we are joined in studio now by another young man. I think it's just just fitting that, Oscar, I think it was fitting that you were undrafted, but you signed an undrafted free agent contract with the Tampa Bay Rays. First of all, congratulations. And you had said something on Sunday when you got the contract that it's kind of been the story of your life, right?
Yep.
So kind of fitting that it happened this way?
Yep. First of all thanks to God, man. Got the call on Sunday and just had a good feeling, I just wasn't done. And I look at after, we got done talking. I looked at it and was like, this is the story of my life, just a true underdog, come out of nowhere, get that opportunity, and, make the best.
Yeah, and how tough, and we were talking with Taylor about this, you during the draft, you'd get a call from a scout, says, oh, I got you in, you're going to go. Or, they'd call a coach and say, oh, yeah, I've got Oscar in, he's going to go. And then it doesn't happen because they called 5 other guys and somebody else went.
Yep.
Did you go through a lot of that during the draft?
Yeah, Curran told me, he's like, hey, some guys, they want you, you expect your name call. I'm like, oh, okay, had, Hayden and Nick, my roommates there. They were trying to videotape my reaction. And we're just on the couch, 10th round, 11th round, 20th round, 25th, 30th. And, I started getting a little, nervous, not going to lie. 35th round, I'm like, oh, I'm just going to go last. That'll be a good story, right?
Yeah.
And the last round goes by and, it's a disbelief. You can't really get mad or nothing like that because it's just disbelief. You knew you were going to do it.
Yeah.
But, to someone tell you you're not doing it, it's just like you're in shock.
Right.
So I had my mom on FaceTime, the whole deal, and just locked myself in my room and just thought about a lot of stuff, and it was a tough time, not gonna lie. So
you probably had to wait 12 hours or so till you got the call?
Yep, just mind racing the whole afternoon, the whole night. Woke up just bad mood, and I was eating some flautas or something in the living room, and I was watching the regionals on TV, and I passed out on the couch, and then all of a sudden I feel this vibration on my hip, and I look at it, and it's one of the scouts. I forgot, I didn't know what team it was, but I'm like half asleep. I'm trying to get myself together to answer this phone call, and I'm like, oh, hello.
Yeah, you're trying to get that wake up nap voice out of your thing, right?
And he goes, hey, is this Oscar Sanay? He's like, yeah, this is him. He goes, hey, this is such and such from the Tampa Bay Rays, how you feeling? And I was like, oh, really disappointed, not going to lie, blah, blah, blah. He goes, well, how do you like to sign a free agent deal with the Tampa Bay Rays? And I looked out the window, and I'm like, there's no way this is happening, So, he explained, I've been through where you've been through, I didn't go drafted. I was thinking about independent ball. I was thinking about my next income, my next job.
Yeah.
And I signed a free agent deal just like you, so I know what it feels like. We've seen you play. We know what you got to offer. We want to give you a job. So
nice.
I was just disbelief again, but a happier disbelief.
Yeah.
And he goes, tell your mom and dad. And I'm like, oh, I will. So, and that was it.
Well, and the thing is, too, I mean, as a senior, and you went through this last year where you probably thought you were going to get drafted as a junior, and it didn't happen. But as a senior, you're in a situation, you and Taylor Aikenhead, basically, he got selected in the 32nd round, but you guys are getting the same senior money, have the same shot. So really, as an undrafted free agent, as a senior, other than the fact that you didn't get a chance to, quote-unquote, hear your name called, you're getting the same opportunity than anyone else would that was drafted.
Same opportunity with the first round, fifth round, all that. Just the money is different.
Yeah.
Opportunity is the same. And that's all I need. So.
Yeah, and so you're going to head to the Rays organization. Now, we talked about this kind of being the story of your life. I mean, I know at a high school, it was University of San Diego that you thought you were going to go to. San Diego State. It was going to, and you're going to go there. Then last second, everything, any aid went away. And all of a sudden, you had to find a place to go, and you found Bakersfield. Yeah. Now, same deal. Last year undrafted, this year undrafted. So it hasn't seemed to deter you, though. And it seems like you continue to work hard.
Growing up and stuff, been battling some challenges and stuff. And you fail early on because you don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
And from each event, you learn from it and you just grow. And you know that, you rely on your past experiences that you'll be okay. It's going to be tough, but if you stick to it, it'll be okay. And that's what I've learned. That's what my family's learned, And I really strongly believe that, this is just another event, proving myself right, that, stick to it. It might hurt for a little bit. It might not be what you want, but, it's gonna be better days. So.
It seems like it's always been a part of this program has been Coach Kernan working with players that kind of have a chip on their shoulder, that they didn't get they didn't get taken, they weren't drafted out of high school, then they weren't really given the greatest opportunity at a college, and they end up in Bakersfield because Coach Kernan sees talent, but he knows they're also going to be a little angry and there's a chip on their shoulder. You get a chance to kind of extend that chip a little bit, right? You get a chance to play with that into the pros because you were an undrafted guy. So are you going to use that?
Oh, yeah. Why not use it,
Yeah.
So, no, you got to use that, especially, you're playing against the best,
Yeah.
And any motivation, any fuel you can get, you got to dig down deep because this is the best. They're coming from same situations, just different circumstances, same mentality. They might be bigger and stronger and all that. So, you got to use all your motivation you can get, every edge, without cheating and stuff, because it's the real world. This is the pros. This is the best of the best. You guys see them on TV. They're not there for, just for show and stuff. They've been through some stuff, especially baseball. Baseball's a humbling sport. It teaches you a lesson, all that. They worked so hard, even though they make it look easy sometimes.
Yeah.
They put in so much work, all that, so got to use that.
Now, I know you played second base for about 3 years, kind of off and on at shortstop this past year. Tampa wants you at second. Is that where you're going to be?
Yeah. My shortstop days are over. I've been playing short since I was 12. Just fell in love and just I had a natural reaction to it. Then switched over to second base. Coming here, the feet work's way different.
Yeah.
Feet work. I talked to Tyler because he's texted me a bunch, and he's playing second with the White Sox, and he's like, man, I hate second base. Yo, shortstop's so easy. I'm like, yeah, man. I was like, toughest thing is the feet work. Because if you can't get your feet aligned and stuff, then your hands will be down there. And it's just a different throw. Your momentum's going kind of that way, and it's a different feet work, especially on the base, turning double plays. This guy's coming into you.
Yeah.
You got to cover bags and all that. So shortstop, it's just like it's more fluid because you're going towards first. So that's pretty much it. But it's a lot of feet work. Ball comes out different. Lefties, they really drop the head. So you just gotta take all that into consideration, and you gotta prepare, and you should be fine. So.
It seems like you get an opportunity to go in. You were playing your best baseball at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And by the way, I want to, before I forget, I present this to you now because I do have this. This came from the Western Athletic Conference. This was, Oscar was all-tournament team because I think you hit like 500. You were unbelievable in the conference tournament. And so we have, I'm going to give you your all-tournament baseball plaque as well. So like I told the other guys, just one more thing to pack on your way out of here. But your all-tournament team. Now, you kind of had a slow start to the year, and you're up and down, but then into the season, the swing was back. Your glove was, you made some plays at shortstop that I still am amazed about. So you kind of go into the minors right now playing really good baseball.
Well, that's good, but that was like a week, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks,
Baseball, you can't let off the gas, so I've been swinging and stuff, and I haven't faced live I've faced Taylor, here now and then live. But, baseball is such a humbling sport. You can't just pick up and play if you haven't played in a week or so.
Yeah.
So it's going to, muscle's going to be, have to get used to it again. But, I'm going to try to take that and bring it into pro ball, especially with wood. Don't have to swing too hard because you have the, the density of the barrel.
Yeah.
It'll take off with pro balls and their velo. So just got to keep making adjustments day by day. This is baseball. But, definitely going to try to take that in.
And you as a hitter, you always had good summers in the wood bat leagues. You were pretty comfortable with swinging with wood, weren't you?
Yeah, after my freshman year, I didn't do so good in Missouri. But after that, it made me grow a little bit, and went to Alaska, felt really good. Then went to North Carolina this past summer, felt really good. So it's just, I struggled early, all 3 summers early. Yeah. And you just got to stick to it, make adjustments, and you just got to find your swing. See what works, see what doesn't, play discipline, all that. Same thing with, regular college season. Just got to take that in and keep making adjustments.
What are you expecting out of, what's kind of your next week going to be like? What are you expecting out of the Rays organization here and your, timeline for the next week or so?
Well, I just had 2 finals and a presentation yesterday. And the day before, which they called me, it was like midday.
Yeah.
So I was like, how am I going to study for finals now, right? So I had to deal with that, And so I got one more final tomorrow. Just going to train, graduation Friday.
Yeah.
Moving back Saturday. Going to see all my family on Sunday. Monday, the scout, Robbie Moen, shout him out. He's going to come to my house, going to get all the contract stuff, figured out. And then flight Tuesday to Fort Myers.
There you go.
Let's sign the official contract.
Fort Myers, be down there and see where you get placed from there. And I know everything's on the East Coast with the Rays, so good luck to you. And you're graduating too, which is awesome. So I mean, that's got to be great. You're going to have an opportunity to play and continue your dream of playing baseball, but you're also going to have your degree as well.
Yeah, those were two of my goals / dreams because they're pretty tough, to exceed when you, like I say, like last year I was coming into the fall here, and those were my two goals: to graduate and play professional baseball. Yeah. And that'd be a good year. That'd be a great year. I told them this is gonna be our Christmas gift to my mom or something like that. Yeah. So I just kept those two in mind, and I was like, no matter how hard it is, stick to it. You can do this. People tell me I had to overload in the fall, overload in the winter. Winter was the worst quarter for me. I don't know how I made it, but so I wanted those two goals and made them reality. So
awesome. Well, dreams come true, man. Yeah. Hey, congratulations. Way to stick it out, and good luck to you in Florida. And we'll be keeping tabs. We'll be keeping up with you.
Yep.
All right, thanks, Oscar. Oscar Sanay here on Roadrunner Rundown. By the way, you need to sign this baseball as well. But Aikenhead already stole the sweet spot. Yes, he did.
He would.
Even with Davis in studio, he said he even told he's going to sign the sweet spot. So
you didn't even sign it big.
All right, folks, we got to take a break. We actually got to get out of here. Oscar, thanks so much for joining us, and good luck to you. We will get the show anytime online, by the way, folks, at GoRunners.com, and relive also the 2014 Rowdies, available now online at GoRunners.com as well. Follow us on Facebook, Facebook.com/CSUB Roadrunners, on Instagram and Twitter at CSUB Athletics. Have a great week, folks. We'll catch you next time. This has been Roadrunner Rundown.